All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless, no story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping it cultural, okay? Culture. We're talking about culture here, all right? So, joining me all the way from the East Coast, I have Denise Gordon and Jestina Weems.
Yes. Thank you, Ty, so much for having us. So excited to be here.
Now, come on now. Hey, look here. Look. I treat y'all like family when y'all come on here, you know. So we family now, all right? I know we just met, but we're family now, all right?
Family.
That's how it works, Ty. Thank you. And hello, Chicago.
That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, it's actually considered warm here. It's a whole 37 degrees. Yeah, look at that.
You're right. It is warm compared to us.
Yeah.
You're freezing over here.
Yeah. Well, y'all just got hit with that big old snowstorm too. So, yeah.
It's all good. It's East Coast.
Yeah. No. But welcome again. And as I said in the opening, we're here to talk about culture, ladies and gentlemen. The arts. Okay. We're talking about theater. You know, and these two lovely ladies have put together a production called We Are the Dream, the musical, okay? And it's inspired by Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. So the first question, and Denise, I'll let you go first, and then Justina, you can come on behind and clean up, but we're gonna switch up from Mary now and then, you know, but can you just tell us a little bit more about the concept of the stage play?
Okay. Thank you again for letting us be on here. And We Are the Dream is actually, it's actually a play. It's a musical that was written by me. The music was written by my daughter. Justina and I are mother and daughter team. So that's the first thing that makes it extra special. And the play basically talks about, the message in the play is we remember his name, but we forget the message. And the play talks about Dr. King's life. It talks about more, but it's not focused so much on that as we know him as Dr. King, and I say that now, but really it was Reverend King. This is a story that focuses on the fact that he was a reverend first. We Are the Dream was a children's musical. I work at the Algonquin Theater in Maine as a theater coach for kids 5 to 10 years old. I got this little play. It was great. It was done by Catherine Miller. I come from New Hampshire. He put East Coast really out there, but I'm gonna let y'all know. I come from New Hampshire because this explains the story, okay, and how it happened. So I live in New Hampshire and I work in Maine. I had this play that required 14 Black people. Okay, so we couldn't do it up in my area. So I then was looking and I wanted to do this little children's play. And the more I read the play, the more I looked at the outline in the play and I said, this is the message that I want to tell. So I adapted the children's play into a full-length musical. Now, I don't do music, so I called my lovely daughter who had this one beautiful song for the marriage scene, and I was like, oh, Tina, darling, do you mind if I use your song in the play? And she was like, of course, Ma, of course not. Well, as a mother, you know, that's the opening too. So there's 11 more songs that need to be written, if you don't mind. Your brother did one more song, so we're down to 10, so that's how this came about. But, what I loved about it is because it did focus on the fact that he was a reverend. I was born in 1955. So in 1968, when he died, I was 13 years old. So the story takes place as a group of students who are going to see Dr. King at the Lorraine Hotel on the day that he gets murdered. So the whole play leads up to, it's in a classroom scene and they're doing a school report. And so we had Joseph McNeil in it. We have Rosa Parks in it. We have Vivian Jones in it. But it's really, these are the people that were in the movement with him. And the more that we wrote, the more that me and my daughter did together, really the concept of the play is really that he had a message. Dr. King did not live his dream, he lived his purpose.
Come on now.
And if we lived our purpose instead of our dream, it would be a different situation. So when we talk about the concept of the play is to make people realize that you're not here to live your dream, you're here to live your purpose.
Okay, look here. She didn't drop these gems on her, Justina. Like, I don't really know what to. Man, come on now. So you're gonna have to bring us home now.
Say after all that. But that's the concept of the play. For me, as the show was developing, it was, can I use this one song? Sure. And then turned into 12 songs later. But I definitely learned a lot throughout the process, because for like my generation, I know we often look at those that came before us and the people in the in the civil rights movement, and we often question, why wasn't there more done? Why didn't they do more? And throughout this process, I got to learn about the man, like who Reverend King was as a man. Like, he suffered with depression. He suffered with speech at a young age. And these are things that we all go through, I feel like, especially with mental health, which is not something that's addressed in the Black community. No. I feel like all people at some point in their life have to experience some type of, it's whether it's depression because you lost somebody, the anxiety, the PTSD, or whatever, however you say, you know what I'm saying? But we all reach a point where we need the tools to help us get to the other side. And he really was able to overcome those hurdles in himself and move the masses and deliver a message when the world was against him. And one of the things my mom often brings up is, we praise him now, and yes, he has his holidays, but back then he was a communist. You know what I'm saying? They weren't praising him like they were praising, like we praise him today. Mm-hmm. And when I reflect back on who I was before, let's say even 5-8 years ago, of like, why wasn't there more done? Why weren't people more active? And now I can look at just the lifestyle and the fear that they had to face every day, not only from, the other side, but even from our own people, who nowadays we're like, can we get a like, share, or follow? It kind of would have been like the same thing back there, where he was just begging people, like, join the movement, be a part of this change, and not just for people of color, but for all people, because he believed in one race, in love. And just to be able to look at it from a different lens, as far as like, why didn't they do more, and be able to see, what can I do and how can I do more to continue for his dream not to be a dream, but to be a reality for all people. Because in order for that to happen, we all have to do our part. But again, when society labels us, or when we have these hurdles, it's hard to push forward. And I know as people of color, starting in grade school, we're put labels on, as far as, if you can't read by the 3rd grade, you're going to end up in jail, or you're going to end up dead, and all these things. And these are all things for myself that I had to face, that I struggled through. I lost my father to police brutality. I was looking at life sentence in prison by the time I was 18 years old. And here I am over a decade later on the other side, because I chose to live in my purpose, know that God wasn't defining me by the labels that society had already placed on me, that his purpose for my life was bigger than what people saw in me, that I just had to believe in myself. And I think that's the message that we could all take away from this, is that as long as we can believe in ourselves and know that God has a purpose for our lives, it doesn't matter what the world dictates us to be, because we can be bigger than that.
Look. I told y'all, culture, all right? I already opened up with it. Okay, look, man, it's being dropped. I don't know if y'all picking this up, but man, it's going down. Okay, we having church, y'all getting this gospel. Okay, that's just what it is. All right. So look, no, I mean, let's just first and foremost, let's just speak on something real quick. All right. I talk. You mentioned mental health. All right. Which is something that I have dedicated my platform from this point out, especially this year on out, to talking about mental health and addressing mental health in all aspects, not just one, but across the board, period, in many different ways. And, Jestina, you said something very, very profound, like when you were talking about, him going through that point in time, how he was, you know, his health was not that great. His own physical health wasn't that great. Mentally, from a standpoint, I can't even imagine. I can't fathom the type of stress, the type of like, you know, things he was going through from his own people as opposed to others who just opposed him outright. And I want to say, you know, just to drop a little history bomb for those of you all who don't know, I want to say when he was up this way, not necessarily in Chicago, but in Cicero, Illinois, which is directly outside of Chicago, he was attacked. I want to say he was stabbed, you know, by someone.
Yes.
So that happened here. Well, not here, but in Cicero. Okay. Cicero, not Chicago, Cicero. Okay. So no, but no, you know, like those things like wear on you. And I know we've seen the movies, we've seen documentaries, we've seen all these things. And as you said, we praise him now. We praise him now, man. We got the holiday and everything. Corporations want to give, hey, you know, we're all about that diversity, equity, and, you know, inclusion. Yeah. No. Y'all wasn't feeling this man at 68. Y'all wasn't feeling him in 65, 63, 60.
83, 93.
93.
Even now, you only want to give us so much to give. Like, okay, you can have a holiday, you can have this, but where's the reparations the man was talking about? Where's everything else he was talking about, the equality and everything else that he was addressing, and why the government actually killed him on that last speech? But we'll save that for the play.
But what people don't, and what really hurts me, because like you said, I was 13 years old when this all happened. We had Malcolm, we had the Black Panthers, we had the Mau. I mean, we were at all kinds of movements. So when I look at Dr. King and I see what he went through and know the real history, it almost appalls me. It makes me sick to my stomach, because he didn't die to get a road named after him. He didn't get murdered to have a holiday.
Come on.
You know, so we haven't come that far, because what he was killed, he sacrificed. That's what I'm saying. If we were all willing to live our purpose, and when we knew in our mind and in our heart that our purpose was going to mean that if we had to sacrifice our lives, that's the reason why Black lives don't matter, because they know nobody's willing to live their purpose. But you want to be a basketball player or an actress or a comedian, which I am, and I want all the fame, because see, dreams mean that the focus is on me. Purpose means the focus is on God.
Come on now.
And America has filled us with this false Christianity about live the American dream. Right there, you should have known.
Come on, man. Look.
You know,
to a whole different show now. Come on.
So the American dream was not built for people like you, me, and my mother. People that look like us. That's not the American dream for, you know, no.
And I realize that's not the dream I want. See, because this play is my purpose. And that's what I tell people. See, that's the difference. And we've gone through a lot trying to get this play to a point, because people look at this play for profit. They don't look at this play for purpose. So there's a lot of things that come stand in your way when people are like, well, how much am I going to make? Not how much can I change the world? How much can I sacrifice? How much am I willing to sacrifice? Even if it means that Black girl from New Hampshire, which nobody knows and don't have no IMBGSE credit nowhere, but I have a message. And I tell people, ain't nobody on this project bigger than Jesus, because with or without me, God will get this message through. But I know for a fact, because I lived through that time, that this man did not die. He did not go out there. We were put on a list if you went there to see the man talk. So, you know, when we talk about, you know, all this other stuff that people talk about, I'm 66 years old. And at 68, I felt the same thing. Like Tina said, my first husband, her father, was killed by the police in 93. And guess what? We were the crazy, angry Black women, because police don't kill people. Oh, excuse me, George Floyd. I'm not here to give a message of a compromise, or to give a, you know, when I talk about the theater, I use the theater as a medium to get this message out, because people go to the theater expecting a message.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's my medium and it's my world, and that's where I live in, so it's purposeful, but it's a message. And people don't want to hear it in church because it's too controversial, and I'll be canceled before I even get into the culture. Okay, you know what I mean? Because you're going to talk the truth, but the truth is going to be spoken by somebody. We Are the Dream. That's the name of the play. I didn't change it because that's exactly what his message was. He wasn't the dream. We are the dream. Wake up.
Hey, look here, y'all. Look, they said it, and I'm going to say it. Live in your purpose. Stop worrying about the numbers. Think about the humanity side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of times we get caught up in those numbers. And as you said, oh, how much am I going to make? How much is this going to be? Or how many people are going to come? Or what is this? What is that? No, man. Think about what it is that you're doing. Think about the humane side. Think about like how this is going to affect whoever shows up. Okay? Outside of that, they can go run, tell whoever, hey, man, I just came from, boy, my mind is blown. I just came from this dope production. Okay, man, let me get all y'all on a church van and we finna hike it over here and we really finna get this gospel. Good gospel. Not the kind of gospel, hey, Rev need a little bit more money. The church ain't gonna say amen because we got to pass this plate around 5 more times. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna speak on it. I said it. Yep. Blame the black guy. There you go. Anyway, moving on. Mic drop. All right. No, look there, y'all. Look, boy. Look. Woo, I'm so glad, man. Look, if I was on NBC right now, they'll cancel me, but that's okay.
All of us.
No, but look, let me just say, I really do appreciate that. I appreciate that breakdown. I appreciate that message. And I know my listeners out there will appreciate that message as well, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. As you said, living in your purpose. Like, what do you really like? It's not, yes, self-fulfillment. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to say, okay, don't be self-fulfilled, but also at the same time, your talents were not meant for you to hoard. Your talents were meant for you to share. That's all I'm saying. Okay. On that note, we're going to move along. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about some of these cast members you have in here, and two in particular, some heavy hitters. Okay. Multi-Grammy Award winner, Hezekiah Walker.
Yes, sir.
Hezekiah Walker, okay, and Alvin Garrett, Grammy nominated songwriter extraordinaire. I've had him on this platform before, and I know how the man gets down. I know some of the things he does off, the music scene as well. Some of the programs he runs as well. So let me just ask, and we're going to get to the rest of the cast members, but I just want to talk about those two in particular. Because I know, sometimes these headliners, oh, okay, those two, yeah, you know what? Let's go check it out. But how did you all get them involved, and what was their reaction once? Because I'm pretty sure if you broke it down to me the way, man, I can only imagine how you broke it down today. So
that was really God. It was a God experience. It truly was a God experience. Somebody told my mom that we should pitch it to Hezekiah Walker and see if he wanted to be in the show. They got him on the call. We did like a 5-minute, this is our show, it's about Dr. King. And he was like, I got y'all, I'm in. We were like, what?
That was literally it. He said, I got you. Now, I'm from the East Coast, New Hampshire, so I don't know what I got you means. And so, but I don't want to act like I don't know what I don't know, So I was like, all right, he's got me. When I tell you, the Bishop Hezekiah Walker is a true man of God. We talked to him less than we talked to you, and he was like, yes, I will be part of it. What do you want me to do? And he was there for us every step of the way, including to coming down. And now, don't mess with the bishop, because he's got his swag on. He is just
best swag, I give it to. If there's a swag award, it needs to go to Bishop Hezekiah Walker because he's got the best swag out there for a bishop, baby.
No, he is just like when I tell you, we picked him up from the airport. I was like, oh, dude, he look nothing like the album.
Yeah, he had his baby, the swag was real. I was feeling it.
But the whole time, aside from what he did for us, he also, while he was with us, because we drove and, we were together most of the time that he was there, that he would be on the phone actually calling his parishioners, people be in the hospital. He did like one call, he called one of these, a mother of the church, and heard that she was sick and, oh, I'm right here, blah, blah, blah. And when I tell you it wasn't just the church business that he was taking care of, but he was actually taking care of the members of his church, taking time to talk to them, not a 5-minute like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And not that I was listening or overhearing, but I couldn't help but see that he was taking that time. So when you said, he's not the bishop, give me a little bit more in my pocket, he is truly out there doing the work, and it was no pretense. We're driving in a car or between things, and he made his commitment, but in all his busy time, he made time to do this for us. So that's why I said, no one is.
Us. He's not my uncle.
We don't go to his church.
We don't go to his church. It's not like one of those type of relationships like, well, he's your uncle. Of course you can get him in your show. Baby, that was a Jesus moment. 5 minutes on the phone, and the man stuck to his word, and still, whatever y'all ladies need, I got you. So
he prayed for us. He helped me when I was stressed out. He was like, no, we got this. Let's pray. He is real. He is genuine. And it wasn't no agent, no, have your people call my people, because these are the people and I'm in my camp, So, he went straight to the top. So, but, he was there for us. And the same with Alvin. Tangi was the one who said, you should call Alvin, because Hezekiah played Martin Sr. He played Martin's father. Yes, he played the father. Okay. And of course, because he's a reverend, he was typecast. Yes, he was, that's like to do. But Alvin actually played Martin Jr. He actually played Martin Luther King Jr. Because he can sing and he has a marvelous voice, as you know. And once again, we were in a jam. We had somebody who was going to play the part they couldn't. And TNT said, call and ask Alvin. And you interviewed Alvin, and within 5-10 minutes, he was like, send me the music. Let me see what I can do. When we were in Atlanta, if we needed anything, even though we weren't close, he was right there for advice. He invited us to Birmingham and was like, you can come over and think. So it wasn't about, this is what I say, nobody's bigger than Jesus, because when Jesus opens the doors, it's doors that you could have never opened. When he closes the doors, it's the doors that never should have been open. So when I walk this journey, and I truly say I walk it as a purpose with God, because I see how God has put it together. And when we, back a little bit to, with, so when I look at the cast and how God brought the cast together, and, because somebody literally was like, see if you can get Hezekiah Walker. And I was like, yeah, right, no fat chance of that. But I'll try. But that's how it works, though. It's those fat chance ideas that we dismiss as a door that could be open. So sometimes you just have to walk on faith. Like I said, me and Tina with that, we didn't know the man from Can of Faith. But we friends today.
There it is. Hey, and you know what? So one word that jumps out at me is selflessness. Like, it's not about me. I'm not asking. Look, as you said, he's over here taking care of people in, his church or what have you, his members. And it's none of the oh, okay, give me 2-3 minutes. Okay, all right, give me two. No, like, talk to me. Tell me, like, yo, we're going to get through this. As you said, Denise, man, look, I'm going through X, Y, Z. Hey, come on over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even sweat it. We got this. This is going to be smooth. Jestina, man, look, yeah, great song. Okay, I need you to hit me with more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And I'm just going to take it back to what we just said earlier. Live in your purpose. And no, you're telling me he's living in his purpose. And man, like, I don't want anything. This is just who I am. And I know it's hard in this day and time to like peer through and get someone genuine, because we just live in a time where, hey, I'm doing it for the gram. I'm doing it for this. I'm doing it for these likes. I'm doing it for, the clout. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for whatever. Instead of living in your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just me. And sometimes when people just show you like, hey, this is really who I am. I know y'all see me on, the album covers and the, gospel network and all that. I mean, I know it come up, when y'all playing cable or whatever on the gospel station, but this is just, no, this is who I am for real. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Don't let the cover. No. This is really who I am. Okay. All right. No Teddy Pendergrass on the cover. No. This is just really who I am. Okay. I'm just saying.
That's how it was.
All right.
That's exactly how it was. I had to be like, put my sneakers back on, take off these heels.
Man, come on. Like, be real with me and I will be real with you. And we're going to have a real moment. And as you all said, look, it went, as you said, he didn't know me from a can of paint, but we on first name basis now. All right. And that's the same thing with Alvin. And I could just tell you real quick, just in interviewing him and how first of all, I'm just going to say he's so smooth with the talk. Yeah, man.
Al Green.
Al
Green.
Man, I'm just Alvin. Yeah, I mean, y'all see it right there. I didn't roll for all these people. Yeah, Mary, man, I got them too.
You ain't lying, because I was like, when I first heard him speak, I was like,
oh no, man.
The voice.
What up? Okay, no, trust me. I didn't, and I'm just saying, okay, y'all don't mind me. Man, look, my viewers know I'm a fool. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna trip. Look, y'all come and join me. But no, look. I'm just saying, no, I have interviewed him. I know his style. Even I was like, man, bro, you sure you write gospel, bro? Like, man, you sort of remind me of some people now. I mean, I might have in my pocket when I leave. I mean, I know this is virtual, but I feel like I'm getting robbed, but I don't know. I'm just saying, you're a little too smooth, bro. You're a little too smooth for this gospel, but hey, he is genuine, and man, look, you couldn't pick two better people, but they're not the only ones in this cast. So tell me about the rest of the cast. Who you got in here?
Well, we had Hello Sunday.
Hello Sunday from The Voice.
Okay.
After Hours, which is a wonderful new up and coming from Atlanta. After Hours from Atlanta. And we have our girl. I'm gonna have to shout her out because I love her, Ariska Connors. Now, if you haven't seen Dope Sick, she is the secretary on Dope Sick. She's in Swagger, and she's coming out with a new movie with Samuel Jackson. She is
a heart and a beautiful person from the inside out. So
yeah, I mean, she's amazing. She's amazing. You need to interview her. She's amazing. And Lauren, who's coming up. What's Lauren's last name? I'm sorry.
Oh, baby, don't have.
Okay, so I'm up to 66. Anyhow, we had Alexis Hollins, who has done a lot of stuff down with Tyler Perry. So we were just a lot of new, young, Black, talented people. Young, and it's the names are wonderful, but God has also opened the opportunity that there's talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this business is an eat them up, throw them out. We don't really care what you got, and what we can get from you is what we need. So we were blessed enough to be able to not only work with this talent, but now this talent can say, like you said, I worked with that Hezekiah Walker. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't give a lot, but what you can give, you have to be deliberate. You have to be deliberate. They were able to work with people who are in the business, and wonderful people who have good hearts. Like you said, Alvin, you know, I'm going to write for him now. And we're putting this out here because he asked me to write him a play because he wants to play Al Green. Young Al Green. Now you look at that. You look at him and look at young Al Green. Tell me they're not the same. But that's a whole different subject. Okay. Thank you, Alvin, because he knows I'm working on that, okay? And he can sing out there.
That voice.
Oh, I'm telling you, my man is smooth, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Look, y'all got to go back and watch the interview with Alvin, okay? So,
yes.
It's on it's on YouTube. Yeah. My man's smooth.
30 seconds into it, you just be listening to his voice going, okay, I wish it was
that's
more.
Exactly what I was doing. I'm like, you know, brother, like, man, I should ask, man, you know what? You can interview me. I just wanted, man, like, I mean, like, I don't really know how we got to this point, but man, like, I feel there's a role reversal right here. But I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, I know it says my name, but man, I feel as if
it's about you.
Like, you should be me. I should be you. Like, we should be switching sides. Okay. All right. No, you know what? Let me stop.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. Let me bring my Busta Rhymes down a little bit. Okay. All right. Anyway, no. So look, I love the fact that it's family. You two, mother, daughter. You know, not to get on no dream girls, but we are a family like a giant tree. You know what I'm saying? But let me stop. But no. Like, you all have been working together for the last like 5-6 years. I know you all have done some series together, like children's books, things of that nature, or what have you. But talk to me about what life was like before you all start working together. As I said, you know, in the you know, before we started like rolling, Denise, I know you're a comedian, you know. Man, Jestina, I know you do a lot with photography, with the vision, you know, and all. So can you just tell us a little bit of what life was like before we came together to put out, you know, such great projects?
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first, Mom?
You go first, honey. Let's hear what you're going to
say. Life before working together. Well, we were a mother-daughter relationship. That was for sure. So, you know, those were the teenage years. But growing up, writing has always been an outlet of mine. So I've always gone to writing just to express myself. Photography, I actually went to school for photography. So I love being in front of the camera and behind the camera. Is probably like my comfort zone for sure. Yeah, just anything creative is definitely like a comfort for me, or like an outlet, a place I want to be in, and always have been. Again, I struggled in school with reading and writing, so a long time I did not want to show any of my stuff to nobody. So probably my mom was always like the person I go like, here, check it, look at my stuff. But I mean, before I started focusing on my purpose and my craft, I mean, I always wanted to be like, I'm not going to be a statistic, but during those times, I was probably leaning towards the statistic side. I was running the streets. I was looking for whatever I was looking for. And music has always been like my turning point. My writing has always been like, how can I use this anger, even with my father, and just put it in a more positive, or lucrative, I should say, outlet. So now with music and writing and plays, I can make money with these emotions instead of just being in a dark place with these emotions. So that's kind of the person I've always been. And I just love the arts because you're able to express yourself in a different way than verbally all the time, because that can be uncomfortable.
Okay, all right, come on up. Girl, look. Oh, distinguish my boondocks over here. Man, distinguished. Okay, come on. Denise, talk to me now.
Okay, well, life before working creatively with my daughter. Okay, well, there was a whole lot of life before me before she came. So, my story is that I grew up in Billerica, Massachusetts, which was a predominantly white town. When I say predominantly, there were 2 Black families in the town. Wow. We moved there in 1960. So I lived in a white community during the Civil Rights Movement. And that's when I learned the gift of comedy, making people laugh. Comedy became a way of survival. It was very hard for me to understand as a small child when my mother said, people are not going to like you simply because of the way you look. I don't know the politically correct word for it, but at that time when my mother told me that, I was like, well, I looked at them as they must be mentally ill, because how could you not like me? I was very, you don't know me. Yeah. You don't know me. If you know me and then you don't like me, it made sense to me, because as a child, that's how you think. But just to look at me and not like me, well, then the only way that I could not be scared is these people had to be mentally ill, so I would treat them as if they were, like you have to just have excuses. But I grew up in, but it was also a survival thing, because it was that time. It was a dangerous time, but I could make people laugh. And that's where I learned to make people laugh. And as I learned to make people laugh, they learned to like me at least enough to get to know me. Okay. And so I went from, and I didn't really think about comedy. I always wanted to be a movie star. But of course, being in a predominantly white town, I wasn't picked for nothing but behind stage and maybe ensemble, not even that. But in that, it was okay, because I learned everything I need to know about wardrobe, set design, makeup, hair, whatever, even if I wasn't doing my own. And then I I studied acting and wanted to be an actress. And then life just became like, single mom. And that dream was gone. But in my thinking my dream was gone, I realized I always had the ability to make people laugh. So that's how I started comedy. So I actually did comedy when Tina was a small child. And that promoted my writing, because you have to write your own stuff. Yes. And I wrote about life. And I wrote about I have more, reality comedy. And not as Christian as Reverend King's play. Just gonna put it out there. Somebody's like, can I have a clip? Yeah, well, yeah. Because it's real and it's what I talked about at that time. But in the interim, I've always been in the theater. I direct little kids, I direct grown-ups, and I homeschooled Tina because the school system was terrible. And in that, we used writing, and I always encouraged writing. And Tina was very small when she said to me one day, Mom, when I grow up, I'm going to make sure you become famous. And, we're going to do something together, and she was my kind of little cheerleader. But, you're like, with everything else that's going on in life, thanks, sweetie, eat your oatmeal, let's get it moving. And so I never really kind of pushed either one of my kids into, my son does rapping and wrote some music, but I never really pushed them into it. It's just where they were. It's a way of expressing things. When we talk about mental illness, even with Dr. King, it's like, Reverend King had depression because he had a heart for the world. Yeah. And anything that was happening that was a sin to humanity, it was a drain mentally on him. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't look at this world like it was and feel good about himself. So my life has always been around making people see people for who they are and for what they are. And writing and talent is what God has given me as a way of doing it. And I just love the theater. I'm like a theater rat.
Look, I'm going to say it one more time in case y'all didn't catch what I said in the beginning. Culture, okay, people, culture, all right? It's all about culture on many different levels, all right? Many different levels, okay? Man, we getting the arts, we getting family, like We mixing it all in, okay? Many different levels to this, not just one level, many different.
And my granddaughter is helping us with the hologram, so it's 3 generations of Black women. Just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you,
We're in
Cicely.
the family, y'all, okay? I keep trying to look. We are a family, like a giant tree. All the way up to the sky. I'm just saying. Anyway, all right, moving on. So no, okay. Look, I know the play is set to kick off, I believe, fall 2022. Correct? All right. So, I know y'all doing a tour. Can you just tell us some of the places that you're going to be doing the production? And is Chicago one of the places?
Well, let's start out where we'll be starting. September 30th, 2022, we'll be in Atlanta, is where we're starting the show.
Okay.
That is where it all began. That's where it'll all stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're hoping to do our mini tour and move up the East Coast, which will include South Carolina, Virginia, right next to DC, New York, and Boston is what we have on the list so far.
Okay.
But I see right after that, we'll probably be going to Chicago.
I
don't know why I'm asking that, right? I'm just
we're definitely going to be out there. Again, hopefully definitely by 2023. But we're going to do a mini tour real quick. And then, once we get the masses behind us, we want to tour the country, if not around the world. So we'll definitely be hitting Chicago. So that will definitely be our first stop on the second tour.
And the other thing that we'll be doing, and I want to just throw this out there because you're right there, and this is what we want to be doing, is not only to be doing the show, but be doing workshopping the show.
Okay.
So we can workshop the show anywhere, virtually or there, in the interim of all this, where we take bits and parts of the show, because it's really about, like we said in the beginning, and I want to make sure that this is clear to everybody, that this is a message. So if you sponsor or you invest or you get whatever, what we do is you sponsor the show for $100 or whatever our limit is, and then we will give live stream tickets to a Boys and Girls Club, a prison, a foster care home, a church. Not everyone can afford to go to the theater. Like I said, this is not about the profit, it's about the purpose. So Hamilton was a wonderful show, but if you couldn't afford $800, you couldn't go. They put it on Disney Plus. Thank you, but if I don't have cable, I can't see it. Plus, they charge me another $60 to do that. God bless you. I know it's America, it's capitalism, but I have a message to give out. And the message needs to go to the prison. They have movie nights. Homeless shelters can have a movie night because it's a message of hope. Everybody has a purpose.
Humanity. Look, that is what my show is based on. No one is worthless. No story is worthless. Y'all heard me say it, okay? I mean,
amen.
It can't get no bigger than that. All right, look, come on.
High schools, not so you can afford to go, but now you've also been able to afford for someone to see it live. Me and Tina, like we said, we will do virtual. We'll do workshops. It's not about keeping it all here. It's about getting it out there. There's people, foster kids, there's foster care agencies, there's so many places, rehab centers that just need somebody to hear that message that, okay, maybe I was living my dream and this is how I got here, but I have a purpose.
Okay, all right. Look at ladies. Man, we got about 5 more minutes. I got 2 more questions for y'all. But my first question is, if people want more information about, the musical stage play, how can they get, is there social media? Is there a website? How can they get more information?
Our website is wearetheDreamThemusical.com. So We Are the Dream, the musical. Don't forget the musical at the end. And then what we like to say is you can find us on our socials, all social platforms. under We Are the Dream. Again, the musical, We Are the Dream, the musical. And you can find us, again, all social media platforms. We are there. We are present. And our website for any dates, if you want to see some proof of concept. And again, where funding is going to be distributed to, as far as, to the prisons and the juvenile centers and stuff like that, when you make a contribution to the show. All that is on our website. And then we're dropping videos every week, so stay tuned for those, probably mostly on YouTube. We just released our trailer, and our single will be coming out soon.
Okay, all right, y'all coming with it now. All right, look, Black folks on the move. Y'all know I love it. Y'all know that's what I'm all about. Stop playing with me. Okay, all right, there it is. So, look, we've come to the last question, the question that my show is known for. So, y'all about to get this. Okay, check it out. Miss Denise Gordon.
Yes.
Jestina Weems.
Yes.
What is the one word that best describes you and why? And we're going to start with Jestina.
See, I have a word, but I don't know if it's one word.
Come on.
So I've been called a flower child.
Okay.
Because I'm like outgoing, comfortable in my body, just that very kind of hippie, like, yes, love, peace. Don't we all just want to be in our skin? Like that is me all day. So my friend calls me that, like, you're just one of those flower child people, because you just happy and in your own space.
Okay, all right, okay, I like it. Miss Denise Gordon, come on.
Like Inside Out, they call me Joy.
Okay, look.
Because that is my superpower, and anybody who knows me, if you're not laughing and full of joy by the time you leave me, that means you're just full of the devil himself, and I'm going to pray for you in the name of Jesus.
With the Black Jesus, like.
You know what? Let me.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't even say that. Yeah, let me. Woosah.
We'll let the bishop take care of it.
You know what? I'm gonna let the bishop handle that. That's his speed. I don't want nothing burning down with the words that sometimes may want to come out my mouth, but that's okay. But look here, I'm going to say a word that we've already used: purpose.
Amen.
That's my word, man. Look, just think about everything we've been talking about. Okay, just like Denise, your journey, Justina, your journey. Yes, yes, you have your life, Denise, you have your life, Justina, but look how you all have been like brought back together. And on top of that, not only brought back together, but creating something like worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't just a musical that you all are putting on. Man, like you're going to leave here and you're really going to sit back and be like, yeah, okay, I need to get back on my missions, you know what I'm saying? And my missions are not my missions, but it's the missions for humanity, not just my family, not just my friends, but humanity, period. Like this is, there's a message. Where the OJs at when you need it? There's a message in the music, okay? All right, where are the OJs when you need it? Eddie, where you at? Man, look here, message in the music. There we go. Anyway, look, I just want to say, look, ladies, I wish you all nothing but the best. I shouldn't even have to wish you all nothing but the best because you all are already doing it, okay? But, man, shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to the bishop. Shouts out to, man,
Yes,
Alvin, you know what I'm saying? Man, Smith.
Camera, Rosie. Oh, we forgot to say Rosie was in the show.
Oh, yeah. Rosie.
Yes, we have an amazing cast and still have an amazing cast. So I just want to shout them out. Tamra Whitehead, she's amazing. And I have to shout out somebody that's come on board who is believing in the show and is all about mental health. Is Razby from B2K. I had to shout my boy out. yeah, he just hopped on board and he's helping us get funding and stuff. So shout out to my boy Rasby, because baby, when it comes to mental health and talking out and standing up, he was one of the first. So I definitely thank him for believing in us and just taking me and this project under his wing as well. So I definitely want to give, thanks to those that have come on board and just believe in what we're doing. So thank you to all those people.
Man, first of all, shouts out to all of y'all. Everybody that has worked on this. Near and far, shouts out to all of y'all. Look here, y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all, We the Dream, the musical.com. All right?
We are the dream.
We are the dream, the musical.com. Okay?
Yeah.
We are
all the socials, including MySpace.
No.
Go back, okay?
Yeah. We're not that retro. We're not that.
Like, that's a little too retro for the kid, personally. You know what I'm saying?
I got friends. I got AOL friends.
Ooh, not dial-up. Okay. All right.
But no, Ty, thank you so much for having us on.
Seriously.
This was amazing. This was fun. We don't take it for granted at all. And we definitely want to thank you for allowing us to share our message here.
Look, you all are welcome. Man, tenfold. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Follow me, all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow. Or go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Get this wonderful gospel, y'all, because it's gospel, okay? This ain't no interview. This gospel. Y'all gonna get this gospel.
Without a collection. Hey.
Man, look here. If y'all want to pass the plate around and donate to a brother, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? But look, man, go to the website, get this plus more. Ladies, man, the best of luck. Man, I know it's going to be a smash. We out, y'all. Peace.
Thank you, Ty.
Bye.